There's something truly captivating about the way light dances across the surface of a mirror. Now, combine that with the rich, tactile warmth of layered wood, and you have something more than just decoration. You have a three-dimensional sculpture that interacts with both space and light. The fusion of natural wood and reflective mirror mosaics creates a dramatic play of texture, depth, and brilliance that speaks to both the ancient and the modern. These sculptures aren't just pieces of art, they're experiences. They transform as you move around them, revealing new layers and reflections with every step. A 3D layered wood and mirror mosaic sculpture begins with the heart of woodworking. Artists start with various layers of wood, each one chosen for its grain, color, and texture. The wood can range from pale maple and warm oak to rich walnut and exotic rosewood. These layers are carefully cut and shaped, often in flowing or geometric patterns, and then stacked or arranged with precision. The process is like building a topographical map of form and imagination. Every curve, every rise and dip in the layers adds a sculptural rhythm that pulls the eye in. And because each type of wood reacts to light differently, even the raw wooden form seems to move and breathe as daylight or artificial light glides across it. But then, something magical happens. Into these carved layers of wood, artists begin to embed mirror mosaics, small pieces of reflective glass, often cut into different shapes and sizes. These mirrors are nestled between the wooden contours, like glints of sunlight hidden within a forest. Some pieces are square and modern, others are triangular or even asymmetrical, cut by hand to fit perfectly into the wood's embrace. The mirror pieces catch light from every angle, whether it's from a nearby window, a hanging lamp, or even candlelight, and throw it back in glittering fragments. The effect is both striking and subtle. You see the natural lines of the wood, steady and grounded, intertwined with shimmering bursts of reflection that bring the entire sculpture to life. This fusion of elements, wood and mirror, is more than just visual. It touches on a deep human instinct. Wood represents earth, warmth, stability. It carries the memory of the tree it came from, the passage of seasons, the story of growth. Mirror, on the other hand, is ethereal, light, and illusion. It bends reality, reflects the world back at you, and reminds you of your presence in the space. When these two are brought together in a sculpture, they symbolize balance. The grounded meets the reflective, the ancient meets the contemporary, the tactile meets the intangible. These sculptures can take many forms. Some are wall-mounted, like abstract landscapes or topographic illusions. Others stand free, like totems or pillars, designed to be viewed from all sides. In a gallery or a home, these pieces command attention. They change as the light changes. They mirror not only their surroundings, but also the mood of the space. In the morning, soft light causes the mirrors to glisten gently, while in the evening, warm indoor lighting makes the wood glow and the mirrors sparkle like stars. What makes 3D layered wood and mirror mosaic sculptures especially intriguing is the meticulous craftsmanship involved. Each wood layer is carefully sanded and shaped to create smooth transitions and sharp contrasts. The placement of the mirror pieces isn't random. It's strategic, designed to highlight certain curves, add tension to angles, or introduce surprise into symmetry. In some pieces, mirrors form a path, like a river of light winding through the wood. In others, they burst out like constellations, scattered seemingly at random, but always within a carefully considered design. Color also plays a powerful role in these sculptures. The natural variation in wood tones, from pale to deep, warm to cool, creates a layered palette. When juxtaposed with the silver gleam of mirrors, each shade becomes more vivid. Some artists stain or char the wood to introduce even more contrast. A blackened wood surface next to a mirror mosaic creates a powerful visual pop. Other times, the wood is left completely raw, finished with a simple oil or wax, allowing the grain to speak for itself. This rawness, paired with the high polish of mirrors, makes for a sculpture that is both primitive and sophisticated. Beyond their aesthetic beauty, these sculptures serve as emotional anchors in a space. They draw people in. Visitors instinctively reach out to touch the wood, to see themselves reflected in the mirror pieces. The artwork invites interaction. It becomes personal. You see not only the craftsmanship, but also your own image and movement reflected within the piece. It creates a relationship between the viewer and the sculpture that is constantly evolving. In interior design, 3D wood and mirror mosaic sculptures are becoming increasingly popular. They work beautifully in modern, minimalist spaces where the play of materials becomes the main attraction. Imagine a clean white wall with a single sculpture. It's layered with curves and mirrored facets, catching every stray beam of sunlight. Or picture a rustic home where reclaimed barnwood forms the base, and mirrors are embedded like droplets of rain caught mid-fall. Even in industrial spaces, the combination of wood and mirror softens the hard lines and adds a human, handmade touch. Some sculptors go even further, integrating lighting directly into the artwork. Tiny LED lights hidden behind the mirror pieces cast glows that enhance the sculpture's dimensionality at night. It becomes a functional piece as well as an artistic one, a sculpture that doubles as ambient lighting, changing the atmosphere of a room with its quiet radiance. The mirrors scatter the light outward, while the wood absorbs it in places, creating a living artwork that shifts between glowing beacon and soft, subtle form. In public spaces, large-scale 3D wooden and mirror mosaic sculptures are often used as focal points. In hotel lobbies, corporate offices, or wellness centers, these installations calm, impress, and inspire. People pause before them. They become landmarks within a space, icons of texture, reflection, and craftsmanship. And because wood is timeless and mirrors are universal, the design language speaks across cultures and styles. Even in spiritual settings, these sculptures find their place. The natural element of wood ties to the earth, while the reflective mirrors symbolize self-awareness, light, and clarity. A sculpture like this in a meditation room or spiritual center invites introspection. The viewer sees not just the piece, but a glimpse of themselves within it. And the layers, both physical and symbolic, represent the layers of thought, memory, and emotion we all carry. There's also a sustainable story behind many of these sculptures. Artists often use reclaimed wood, old floorboards, fallen branches, discarded furniture, giving new life to forgotten material. The mirror fragments might come from broken mirrors or recycled glass. This approach doesn't just create beautiful objects. It tells a story of renewal, of finding beauty in what's broken, of crafting something extraordinary from what was once ordinary. It's a powerful message hidden beneath the gleam.
The kitchen.
Ultimately, 3D layered wood and mirror mosaic sculptures are about connection. They bring together not only different materials, but different worlds, the natural and the man-made, the reflective and the grounded, the tactile and the visual. These sculptures are bridges between opposites, symphonies of contrast where every layer, every texture, every mirrored shard plays its part. And yet, despite their complexity, they feel whole, unified in vision, intentional in design, and graceful in presence. These sculptures aren't just objects to glance at, they're experiences to engage with. From a distance, they catch your attention with form and shimmer. Up close, they invite your curiosity. You'll find yourself tracing the edges of carved wood, noticing the subtle shadows cast by layered panels, watching as reflections move across mirrors like sunlight through trees. They ask you to slow down, to really look, and in return, they offer something rare, a moment of quiet wonder. The use of wood grounds these pieces. You feel it in the grain, in the knots, in the natural imperfections that remind you this material once lived. There's a sense of history in it, something ancient, something enduring. Meanwhile, the mirrored elements lift the design into the modern, the ethereal, catching and refracting light, like fragments of a dream. It's this interplay between the earthy and the luminous that gives the sculpture its magic. Each sculpture changes with the day. Morning light may cast soft reflections, while evening shadows deepen the wood's warmth. Artificial lighting can make the mirror sparkle, turning an otherwise quiet corner into something radiant and alive. These pieces don't dominate a room. They enhance it. They respond to it. They become a part of it, living, breathing, evolving as the environment around them shifts. In terms of mood and message, these sculptures are subtle but powerful. They don't scream for attention with bold colors or oversized forms. Instead, they whisper. They glow. They hum with quiet energy. Their beauty lies in balance, between light and dark, between solid and void, between what is seen and what is felt. And that's why they resonate so deeply, because in a world of noise, they offer stillness. In a culture of fast trends, they offer timelessness. These works are also incredibly versatile. In a modern minimalist home, they become a touch of warmth and life. In a rustic interior, they blend seamlessly while adding a contemporary edge. In creative workspaces, they inspire focus and curiosity. In public spaces, they spark conversation. And in personal sanctuaries, they bring a sense of calm, a gentle presence that makes the space feel complete. And perhaps most beautifully, no two sculptures are ever exactly alike. Every knot in the wood, every grain direction, every mirror fragment is different, shaped by nature, arranged by hand. That means each piece is a true original, one of a kind, like a fingerprint made of wood and glass. And when you bring one into your space, you're not just adding art, you're welcoming a story, a collaboration between nature and human imagination, a story that continues with you, reflecting your light, your space, your life. So whether it's a large installation in an entryway, a medium-sized piece on a feature wall, or a small, intimate sculpture on a shelf, these creations bring something special, a spark of soul, a breath of fresh design, a quiet, radiant reminder that contrast can be harmony, and that true art doesn't just fill space, it transforms it. Because 3D layered wood and mirror mosaic sculptures aren't about decoration, they're about connection. And in that connection, they become something more than art. They become part of the rhythm of your life.